Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Today's been a fantastic day. So far on the day, 24 dials, though that might change because I have a demo that booked for 7:30 today, and 2 booked demos, so that's fantastic, as well as 1 closed deal. Now, it wasn't the closed deal that I thought was going to happen. It actually was a redistributed deal from someone who so someone left the company, and I got redistributed that, and then called them and booked a demo this morning, and then held it. So it was like an easy. I took an order, so I'm not counting it too hard. As well as what was disappointing is the verbal yes from Friday got cold feet again, going like, I just want to think about it. Sent an email being like a him and haw. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And then the other one that said they were going to move forward rescheduled for tomorrow. So reschedule's better than nothing. As well as 200 connection requests sent out. Before I get into that, there was another reschedule today for sometime later this week. Like, they sent a text being like, I can't make it, like there was a personal reason, but then I was like, do you want to reschedule? They were like, yes. Then I got back to them with a different time and they didn't reply, so I just booked them in and we'll take them from there. And then there was a call at like noon that then, it was weird because it was like an old guy who then said like I told him the price because he didn't have a computer in front of him, and then talked with his assistant, and then it was also assigned to somebody else, and someone else from the company called them, had an 8-minute conversation, just kind of like pimping it, like saying good things about it, and then they wanted to call back in a few hours. I called back a few hours later and then didn't get a hold of them, sent a text, no response, so I have no idea how that will go. It was a power move. It was interesting, like, to not look at the pricing with me on the phone, but there's nothing I can do with that. 200 connection requests sent out and 22 accepted already, which is interesting because I have been targeting New York life insurance companies just as one, like just focused on them. So maybe they're more active on LinkedIn. The other thing that I'm debating on what I should do is actively, because right now my LinkedIn bio says like, I help financial advisors and insurance professionals grow their book of business. And that's what they see when I send a connection request. And so because I have been targeting particular firms like establishments, companies, I think that it actually would be worthwhile for me to modify that headline to like, I help specifically insert the name of the institution when I send out the connection requests, because yes, they'll see people change it, but when I get them on the phone, that I can be like, yeah, I actively changed that. If I'm targeting, it's just I'm creating like the service. The service is useful for these 2 types of avatars: financial advisors and life insurance agents. Okay, maybe I should change the direction of this. But people may not identify as closely with financial advisor or life insurance agent as much as they would financial advisors that work for like or Northwestern Mutual advisors or New York life insurance agents. That's a bit more like it's more targeted and they can identify it with closer. And then so I'm not misleading them. Like, yes, the program isn't exclusive to just one institution, but when I'm reaching out specifically to this one and there are people who work for the program that have a benefit from it. So why not change the ad to cater towards them? So that's good. There's a New York life agent who booked with me at 7:30 today, and then they booked with another person like a minute after, so I think that's high intent. I'm hoping that's a good thing. The question will be is whether or not they know they were referred to us by someone else in the company. That'd be frustrating if they were, but we'll see. So with the close today, I have officially hit that accelerator bonus, so that's nice. I've hit that point. We're gonna do that. Also, over the course of the weekend, had a fantastic weekend. Spent it microdosing a little bit and reading book. Got this one in the mail today, but specifically we hit the fucking point of the book that I actually was trying to hit, which I've dog-eared, which is like 270, page 219. It goes like, what does your conscience say? You shall become the person you are. Bang. And then so I was fucking fired up when I actually saw that. And then so crazy thing that then happened is because your conscience is the voice that speaks to you and points you in the direction of the things that you know you should be doing. that you're not doing sometimes, or it points you in the right call. And this voice is what people are often referring to when, like, that's the voice of God. Like, whatever your religious sort of sentiment is. I'm not, myself, I'm not particularly subscribed. I am not subscribed to a particular religious belief, though that is not to say that I do not wrestle with God and what it means to believe in God or what God is. But just like that mental conceptualization of it, because here's the thing, is like, you go like, okay, well, that's just a voice in your head. You go like, well, but you don't control that voice. I was like, well, it's just a random pattern. You go like, yeah, but that's not what random sounds like. Random sounds like white noise. That's just random noise. Like, you know, static on a TV, that's random. Like, it's coming from somewhere. Where is it coming from? Just, you can dive into that very deep. But so, I read that point and then like fucking got fired up. You shall become the person you are. That's because that is what your conscience says. Like, the point of that sentence is like, there's the potential of the person you is hidden within you that you need to act out in order to unlock and augment yourself to become that upgraded version being. But that, when it says like become who you are, implies that you already are the person you will become. You just aren't there yet. And so like that's what was propelling you forward. More on that, like I could go on for a while, but then I read this other book, Carl Jung, Four Archetypes, which I had been beginning to read like easily 8 months ago. Like, I bought this a while ago, kind of thing. But it just so happened to be on the part of the page that okay, fucking so found it. So I've lost all the energy of what I've just been saying. Okay, so like that's the voice of God. Hopefully, so finally fucking found it. It's been like way too long. So essentially, he goes like, our attitude towards this inner voice alternates between. Okay, so then there's been a fucking hard cut that has switched into this point because the camera just fucked up. What was crazy is the fact that, okay, so here's what it says, is that like our attitude towards this inner voice alternates between two extremes. It is regarded either as undiluted nonsense or as the voice of God. So then the fact that that sentence was just, I read in the random paragraph that I brought, or not paragraph, random section of the book that only had led to that point because I had read everything up until that point earlier in the last year. And it's saying at the same time of this one, and knowing for a fact that Carl Jung was influenced by Nietzsche, it just was really fucking cool to have that at the same time. And just, it fired me up and then made me kind of understand what it is that the whole, why I like that sentiment, become who you are, and why I want to get the domain name becomewhoyouare.com. And like, that's what I would start the company with, is like just going, because really what it is doing is it is facilitating the development of yourself. Like the potential that's hidden with, unlocked in, that is hidden within you, that you are trying to unlock. What the company would do is help you to unlock the version of you that is hidden within yourself. I've said that a million fucking times, but that's that. Also, so something is going wrong with the camera, that's why it keeps cutting. What I was just quickly gonna say is this is the second last book that you should read if you're reading Nietzsche, which is why I bought this book, which is the book that I should start with, so that instead of rereading this one again, I'm just gonna start from the beginning to understand everything that he has to say. I have a demo coming up. Was a little, fucking, I hate when things like that happen. Okay, I need to figure out why the SD card isn't working and transfer everything to make sure that it's all good. Appreciate you watching up until this point. I believe I got a subscriber. Okay, so it's obviously way fucking later. Official count on the day is 34 dials, 4 book demos, 4 demos held, and 1 deal closed. Got 2 callbacks, one from, got a callback from a Dibsy inbound this morning that I got on the phone and booked a demo with, so that was great. And then there was another Dibsy that came through the channel that I double dialed within 5 minutes, got their voicemail, sent a text, but then 30 minutes later, they called me back twice while I was eating, but I stopped and took the phone call, held an on-the-fly demo, went really well. No opportunity to close, but sent them information. Compliance was an issue. He said he'd get back to me. I sent him a text and everything, and then just hosted the 731, which also was a good one. Guy just kind of starting out. Wanted a bunch more information, so I'm going to work on sending that email there, but this is the official end of that disjunctive video now.